Hey, it's a cloudy day today. I was listening to that podcast that I just shared on my way home from dropping off my partner at work. And I had a lot of thoughts come up because they cover so many topics around the internet. I wanted just to highlight a couple that feel really important to talk about that I would love to maybe hear your thoughts on. One is that throughout the internet's history, there has been such a big focus on uplifting, celebrating, congratulating cis straight white men for their contributions to the internet, while at the same time, it is, of course, as you would imagine, women, queer and trans folks, folks of color who have really been creating, innovating, and in many ways being extracted from. And one thing that Taylor talks about is how a lot of the mainstream media companies and who owns these companies really focus on diminishing the role of the internet. And I think this is still going on to this day where there are so many things that happen online that are seen as a joke or not serious or not real life. There's a way that we've been conditioned to downplay or diminish the impact of the internet on our lives, even while at the same time we are fully living in a world that is being transformed by the internet. And of course, we know that these systems are still finding ways to push resources towards a certain community, right? And that was one thing. The other big point that I want to highlight is that at this moment in time, the internet that we have is being weaponized to really push agendas that are the most extreme, that cause the most division, that even create the most confusion. Algorithms are really pushing information now that people create because they know it'll activate, it'll divide, it'll bring up conversation. I've seen so many news articles and blogs or posts that are literally created so that people will respond and say, no, that's not true, or what the hell are you talking about? And so, Taylor really talks about how the internet was made to connect people. And because of the way it's set up right now, it's actually doing the opposite. It's really incentivizing people to create stuff that will feed the algorithm what the algorithm wants, not what humans need. And something I've definitely thought about, especially with the rise of a lot of misinformation campaigns. I know I've shared some of my own story of having people that I know in my life be fully brainwashed by these misinformation campaigns. I know it's happened to so many of you all. We also can think about what a great tool we have here to create connection and how it in many ways is being used in the opposite way. Or at least it's being incentivized to be used in that way. And so, yeah, lots of thoughts. I highly recommend you all go check out this podcast. It's really gotten my gears going. And I am so excited to actually get this book by Taylor because being someone who's really been a big part of the internet and it's going to be a big part of my life, I think it's really great to be able to have someone who has a historical perspective on what's happened because so much has happened, so much is happening, and there is so much change that is underway with the internet as well.